Alright, hello everyone, and welcome back to the final 2016 NCAA tournament predictions, and it's the Final Four. What else would there be but this? The Final Four: Kentucky, Michigan State, and Kansas, Oklahoma. Let's start off with the worst of the two matchups, even though it's still an amazing matchup: Kentucky, Michigan State. Michigan State coming off the back of an incredibly good finish. They started off insanely well, but the finish was really good, but in the middle, really didn't do that well. So it was a bit disappointing towards the middle. They probably would have easily got a 1 seed had they done better in Big Ten play, but that clearly didn't happen. And then it was pretty much the opposite for Kentucky, who got off to a really bad start during preseason, and then had a couple of bad losses during SEC play to LSU, I think Texas A&M, I think even Vanderbilt beat them. So it was very interesting. So that's basically what I think about that. About the regular seasons, pretty good. Both of them obviously won their tournaments, however, so that could be big. Obviously, as I keep saying, I think this is the 4th time I've said this. Excuse me. This is the 4th time I've said this, but the tournaments or whatever always give you momentum. So that's pretty good. That's pretty nice, honestly. Let's see. However, I think it is going to be Michigan State that makes it. I think they have the better overall player. I think Kentucky's far too young to win it this year. They didn't win it last year when they had probably the best team I've potentially ever seen. Probably to 2 incredible players at Wisconsin with Frank Kaminsky and Sam Decker. Both of them were absolutely amazing, as always, in Final Four. And then finally, so yeah, it was a bit unfortunate not to make it there. And then Michigan State made it to the Final Four when they weren't expected to. But now this year, I think everyone's pretty much placing money on them. Them or Iowa State are pretty much the only ones that are expected to make it. So I've got Michigan State making it purely because I think they have the better team, the better overall player. But yeah, I think it'll be a success for Kentucky just to make it to the Final Four, considering how badly they started. But they finished off very well, got a 4 seed, somehow lower than Texas A&M, but they got a 4 seed, and that's all that matters. And then finally, in the second to last game that I will be predicting in this episode, it is Kansas, Oklahoma, and obviously Kansas won both games, but both by very slim margins. The first one was probably the game of the year, and this one could easily be the second best game of the year. So I really like Kansas as a team. They're a very good United team. Obviously have an amazing coach. They won the Big 12 again. They even won the tournament as well, and they look pretty much potent, pretty much the favorite to win it, and I have predicted them for the Final Four. But does that mean they win this game? Well, they beat them twice. They have to go against Buddy Hield, and Oklahoma has probably the best supporting cast I've ever seen. Like, you have probably the best college basketball player on your hands, and a supporting field that's not as good as you, not even close, because Buddy Hield is amazing. Obviously saw him put up 40 points. That was insane. But Oklahoma, do they have the pieces to beat Kansas? And as such, probably the best Kansas side since I've been a college basketball fan, pretty easily. And Oklahoma have their best player since a long time. So I have to say that I think it's a really tough decision, but I think Kansas will do the 3-peat and win it. I got Kansas, Michigan State in the Final Four, or the final championship. So that leaves the national championship with Kansas, which I think is the best overall team in the United States, and then Michigan State, who I think has probably the best player, and then an amazing supporting cast as well. Pretty much like a beefed up version of Oklahoma, is what I'm trying to say. Kansas don't really have that. I mean, they have obviously star players, but they don't have incredible players. Like, super amazing, clear-cut wooden watch from day one players. Okay, sorry for the interruption there, but I got Kansas, Michigan State. I'm just going to cut straight to the chase, who I think is going to win. I've already analyzed them. I've shown you what types of teams they are. And I really think that this year is the year that finally a 1 seed wins it, and Kansas goes on to be the champion. There's two times they won against Oklahoma. Once I saw they won those 2 games, I thought if they can win the Big 12 tournament as well, they'll not only have momentum, but they have experience against amazing teams. They're just the ultimate package, in my opinion, and I've just got them winning it by a couple, honestly. I think around 5 or 6. It'll be a decently high-scoring game, 71-66 at the final. That is my predictions for the tournament. I almost never predict the first seed. Never. I haven't done it the past 3 years, and that's the only 3 years I've been a college basketball fan, so that's very interesting. And this is the first year I'm going for it, but only because Kansas has such an amazing side. That's about it, guys. I'm going to submit the picks right here and end the video off. Hope you enjoyed this video. It actually took too much longer than I thought, but